Kind live in the factory. Doing quite a few of these videos just now. We're just finding that we're getting a lot of questions about the new products that are coming out, and also people are buying a lot of the new products that are coming out, so it's just kind of killing two birds with one stone. We're getting to chat a bit about the new products and also show you what else is maybe coming out, and just really discussing the pros and cons to each one, or whatever your results, whatever your, how would you put it, whatever your end goal is with this certain product, then we can suggest other ones that might go hand in hand or might just keep the car looking better for longer. So, this one here, this is Chris. This will be for Chris's order. He's went for, well, here's a perfect example. He's went for two sealants. So he's went for Titan, which is our high gloss show car sealant, and he's went for Diamond Seal, which is our Carnauba based sealant. Now, the main difference between these two sealants would be this is more of a natural sealant, whereas this is more of a hybrid sealant. What I mean by that is this is more Carnauba wax focused, so it's more of the natural waxes, and then this is more of a hybrid product. So as you know, a hybrid essentially means you're bringing in some synthetic characteristics or some synthetic products to this. So the reason, what we're able to do is basically put Diamond Seal on steroids. So this is like testosterone times 100 of this product. Now, this product, in my opinion, is best suited to the natural waxes. Typically, the wax is maybe above the £150 mark, so £150 mark and above in the 200ml sizes. Obviously, for 50ml, it's, I think they start about £35 for a 50ml. This product really falls into its own there simply because it's more natural, it's going hand in hand with the T1 Carnauba waxes. However, if, like me, you've got a darker coloured car and you really want a super high gloss, then I tend to, 9 times out of 10, I tend to use Titan, just simply because there isn't anything that I've ever tried that's as glossy, as good looking, as easy to use as this product. So Titan, as I said in one of the previous videos, we have a top 10 list that we've got in the factory just to kind of keep on top of what's selling the best, make sure we've always got stock of these items, blah blah blah. This here, so for instance, number 1 and number 2 shared by Quick Detailer and Pure. Titan is slowly crawling up. Bear in mind, Titan's only 2 years old. QD has been with us for about 13-14 years now. So it's slowly getting into the top 10, which shows you how popular it is and how good of a seller it is. Good sellers can only mean one thing: it's a good product. People will come and buy maybe a 250ml, then come back in for a 500. So they are two prime examples of a high gloss sealant and then a Carnauba wax sealant. This will give you more of a warm glow. This will give you a high gloss wet look finish. So two quite different looks. Chris has also went for Rins. So Rins is our spray sealant. So you can use that through a foam lance. You can put a trigger head just right on this. It comes supplied with a trigger head. So you can just pop a trigger head right on here, spray it onto a wet car, dry it off, and you've got instant protection. The other way you can use it is you can spray it onto a wet car, pressure wash it down, and again you get instant protection. We always get asked, ranking from the best longevity to the worst longevity. So best would be spray it directly onto the paint when it's wet. That gives you the best protection. Second would be to spray it onto the paint and pressure it off. and the least amount of protection. This goes with all of these types of spray sealants. The least amount of protection is through your foam lands. Because bearing in mind that this is something to remember, I'll show you this just now. If you're to put, say, about 100 ml of product in this, so about an inch here, you've already diluted it down, so you've probably diluted it by about 10 to 1 roughly. Bearing in mind that as your water passes over this and it gets sucked up, the pressure washer's also diluting it down. This isn't something that really gets covered that often, because the rule of thumb typically for one of these bottles is about an inch. It's always been about an inch of snow foam, inch of rinse aid, blah blah blah. Now, depending on your water hardness, you might need to increase that, but just remember that as it shoots over, that pressure washer could be diluting it by up to 175 to 1 again. So again, it's getting diluted down. And you know better than I do, the thing that you always want with a sealant is you want the most concentrated amount of product on the paintwork as possible. Hello, how are you? So that's why it's always important to adjust the dilution that you put in the bottle dependent on your pressure washer, because different pressure washers offer different dilution ratios. They offer different litres per, you could go litres per second, litres per minute, litres per hour, whatever the instructions. I was just going to say, we just bought a new pressure washer and I'm just wondering if the instructions are still lying about. But of course, True Mail, they just go right in the bin. We don't read them. I don't need them. So I probably do need them, but I just never in the habit of reading the instructions. So what I would say is, with the rinse aid, the best way to use it is to spray it directly onto the paint. Buff it off, make sure the car's wet. You don't really want to use it in a dry car just because it is a rinse aid. All of these spray sealants, they are all rinse aids, they're just different dilutions. So that hopefully clears up how to use the rinse aid. This order will get packed, it should be with Chris by, where is it? Yep, in the UK, so it'll be with him by tomorrow. Let me bring the phone closer, just I'm missing some of these messages. This is old age, guys, not being able to read the phone from afar. Right, there we go. Any more messages, I'll be able to read them. Right, so next up we've got a tailor-made wax. So that takes, tailor-made waxes typically take 3 to 5 working days. They're not base waxes, we don't have tubs of base waxes ready to go. So basically this brief here will get transferred into a tailored wax. What we do for the tailored wax is it's different to the bespoke. So the tailored waxes, we have a limited amount of oils. Now by limited I mean we've got about 20 or 25 oils that we pull from for every recipe. So this one, let's have a look at it. So warm glow straight away, it'll be high T1 Carnauba content. Wet look, a couple of oils that I've earmarked already that we'll use for the wetness. And then it's a dark paint, so I'll typically use oils that are darker. If you go and look in the kitchen just now and you see your olive oil, you'll get different colours of olive oil depending on the quality of them, if they're virgin, if they're not, if, you know, depending on the olive that they've used as well, I guess. But you can also get oils that have high clarity, so it just depends. We use all those different types of things to build the wax. So even the tailor-made wax has quite a lot of thought going into it, and that's what makes them so good. This tailor-made wax, it's a 200ml. Customer only paid £75. They live in Canada. Shipping's £10. So for £85, they've got a 200ml car wax that you can't buy off the shelf. You'll never be able to go into a shop and buy these. We've been asked by multiple retail outlets to be able to offer tailor-made car waxes, to ship them, say, an amount at a time so that they can handpick. We just don't do it because that's not tailor-made. That's having something on the shelf and kind of trying to work it towards a customer. Tailor-made is you've got nothing on the shelf and you do some brainstorming to see which ingredients composition will work the best for that wax. That's what a tailor-made wax is. Now, what makes a tailor-made wax different to bespoke? Obviously the bespoke, it's more expensive. Bespoke, essentially, what we do with bespoke waxes is every time we make a recipe, we sign it off and it never gets made again. Doesn't get made as a sample, as a wax that we might retail here. Doesn't get made as a wax, as a tailor-made wax or another bespoke wax. So essentially, you'll be the only one that has that specific ingredient list. Now, what I would say with this is, we've got infinite recipes that we can use. At the moment, you know, after 12, 13 years, we're probably sitting on thousands of recipes that we've never used. So we've got plenty of bespoke recipes that we can look at, that we can re-engineer. Even you've got access to, as the world opens up more and more, you've got more and more access to different ingredients, different oils, waxes, whatever it might be to make this. So that's where the bespoke wax is so different. It's even, I would compare it more to our luxury waxes in the sense that, say for instance, when we sell out of a luxury wax, we don't kind of make the same wax and then bring it back out again. We just sell out and it goes on the shelf and then it will come back out the following year. So it's a yearly limited edition that we offer with the luxury waxes, and there are some that are very close. So Jordan, for instance, is nearly sold out for this year, which is phenomenal. We're only in July, we're just a wee bit over halfway through the year. We've already nearly, I'm looking at the stock on the shelf, we've nearly sold out, which is a shame because there'll be people at Christmas that want to buy it and we can't do it because we are very strict on the numbers. So once they sell out, that's it, until it'll be January the 1st until the next one's available. Other ones that were so luxury waxes that were low in stock would be, just have a look on the shelves just now. So 30ml Elegance is very low, that's exceptionally low. Emperor 200ml and 30ml again, very low. Cardinal has been really popular, especially in the 50ml, so we're down to single digits in the 200, we're less than 3 on the shelf for the 50ml, so they are really flying out, they're really popular. There's one here, I just can't see it. Rory's got hardly any left. Rory's got about the same as Jordan does. We've got 30ml, less than 5, 1 200ml left on the shelf. So I'm just looking around the corner to try and see them. And there's about 5, I think, of the 50ml. There's a few I can't see, there's sort of shelving in front of it just now. It just goes to show you there's a lot of the luxury waxes that are nearly sold out. So, next order, this is Tommy from Refined Automotive. Shout out to yourself. Tommy's based in Essex, so if you've got any detailing requirements and you live in Essex, have a look at Refined Automotive. Tommy's a great guy, really, really nice, loves his detailing, he's right on top of it. Buys a lot of his products from himself. I'll show you what he's got here. So he's went for a 250ml tyre, wants to try this out. So the 250ml, perfect size for that. He's managed to snag our new Spa V2. This is a blood orange and it's a blood orange fragrance. Slight update for you guys. We've now got, just for added security, we've now got these plugs that go inside the bottle, and that stops any leakages. Same with the tyre, you've got the plug to go in there as well. Now, Tommy, if you watch this or if you get a chance, you've ordered an RS 200ml, but what I've done is we've made the RS, but we've made it a rhubarb and custard special edition just because you bought quite a lot from us recently. I'll give you the RS label separately. It does come with this rhubarb and custard special edition label, but as you can see, you've got the variety of layers in there. I've not been clever enough to do the separate fragrances. We've just made it all rhubarb and custard rather than custard, rhubarb, custard, but maybe the next time we'll do that. Spent over £50, you're nearly 100 there, so we'll chuck in a mug. Your 50ml wax that comes free with any order over £50 currently is Le Mans version 2. Le Mans version 2 is wetter than Le Mans version 1. It's also easier to use. You've got more beeswax in there, so you get higher gloss as well. Le Mans is a phenomenal wax. Just looking on the shelves, we only made this last week, so looking on the shelf at the moment. Sorry guys, just trying to find out where I left it. So we got about 750ml left. It's absolutely flying off the shelves. Le Mans is one of these perfect waxes where you've got a discount on it just now, but it's sub £50 for a 200ml. I think it's about £15 for a 50ml as well, or obviously if you spend over £50. All of our samples, they always come in the aluminium tins, typically, just to let you know that it is the sample, simply because we've got a lot of customers that buy lots of different 50mls. For instance, I've just packed an order there and it has about 10 different 50mls. And it's just to avoid any confusion that when you do receive this, you know this is a sample. Funnily enough, some customers will buy the Le Mans version 2 within the order, but they also get it free as well. So it's just to let them know that this is the free one, just in case they want to pass that on to a friend or to keep this as their daily use, whatever it might be. It's just to let you know, just to identify what the free sample is basically. And he's also went for a quick detailer as well, which is here. Made a batch of that the other day, so that'll just get, it's bottled up, so it's just needing labelled now. So the joy of making your own stuff in-house is quick turnaround. Typically get stuff out quite quickly. Apologise for the delay recently, unfortunately the last couple of days I've been off. You probably saw it in the videos last week. It's off with a chest infection, so I just took a couple of days off, played it safe. Obviously don't want to pass this around to to anyone that's coming in or to any of the guys that are here. So next one is for Darren. Darren, again, great customer, bought from us for a long time, and he has got quite a complete order here. So what we'll do, he's went for custom quick detailer. What that means is you get 5 bottles of quick detailer, and you also get your name printed on the label as well. He's went for some of our brand new pH neutral alloy wheel cleaner, so safe for all wheel finishes. Things like your high gloss black and such like. Excuse me. That's sitting up on the shelf there. Bottle of clear, which is our glass cleaner. There's this one here. Non-alcohol based, this is solvent based, much better to use. Solvent based glass cleaners cut through grime much better, they don't leave streaks, they leave the glass cleaner and they gas off properly. the best way to describe alcohol-based glass cleaners is it's like dealing with, it's almost as if you put silicone in the glass cleaner. They're really smeary. They're not as good at cleaning as solvent-based like these. We used to, we went with the fashion, we brought in the alcohol-based glass cleaner, especially in the winter. People seem to go towards the alcohol. It's not as effective. This won't freeze if you're using it in the winter anyway, because of the solvent in there. It'll kind of do what vodka does if it goes into the freezer. It can become slightly thicker, but obviously so can the alcohol one. The alcohol one will become thicker faster, so this is why I always stick to the glass cleaner. Next up, treat. So we've got some treat that's getting bottled just now over there, so that will get bottled with that. And then the rim is the 1 litre. We've only got 500 ml on the shelf there, so we'll just pour off. We tend to keep quite a lot of the stuff that we make in-house in the larger containers, so that we can just, if the likes of today, obviously with the sale coming to an end, you're just back onto the normal 20% discount for summer. So, but what you can do now is you can use the points that you've amassed over the summer sale and use them, because they'll probably amount to more than 20%. 20% will only be on for a really short period of time, and then it will just go back to normal, where it's just your free gifts within the cart, rather than a high discount, just to give us a wee bit of recovery time as well. Alcantara brush, these are absolutely phenomenal. And you've got the last one. So we'll just take a note that this is now sold out. Alcantara brush, no bristles, it's a rubber finish on here. The reason we don't use bristles on Alcantara is Alcantara is quite a sensitive material. Obviously there's a fair amount on the internet about real Alcantara from Italy, and then everything else is synthetic. The synthetic stuff, just clean it as you would any other upholstery. It's a synthetic material, it's not real Alcantara, it's more of a suede-like material, and it's just used by car manufacturers for cost saving more than anything else. Alcantara, the original stuff that you wrap rally car dashes and things like that, or you will see an authentic Alcantara on the vehicle. This is the brush you want. You don't want something with fibres, because you want to be able to essentially squeegee the upholstery cleaner away from the product. You don't want to be rubbing it in, so you want to be squeegeeing that way. This is why it works so well. Then he's got his custom QD 10 microfiber pads, so these here. As I've said in the video a few times now, most people are coming in to buy these in packs of 10, which is why they are on the website in different amounts, but we don't typically take them out of the packaging, we just leave them as is and then break a pack if we need to get into it. And then MF wash. So MF wash is very important. Most detergents that you use in your washing machine aren't, how would you say this? The degreasing properties aren't aggressive enough for car polish, car wax, that type of thing. So you need a detergent that is alkaline, that will actually break down the surface properly. So this is where MF Wash comes in. Phenomenal product, very popular. Most people that are buying microfibers like this or the cloths also buy a bottle of MF Wash as well, so it's a good wee seller. Right, so that's us for just now. As I said, I just picked a few off the order list today to let you see what we're doing. Have a look on the website, you get the 20% off just now, and you also get your free gifts as well. What I would say is sign up to the newsletter, guys, and you get a sample of the Blood Orange Spa. as well, which is well worth it. In addition, with the newsletters, we're slightly different in the sense that we offer, once you sign up to the newsletter, you become a Club Privé member. What that means is you get access to, say for instance, the luxury waxes. On the 1st of January, the first group of people that get first refusal on the luxury waxes are our Club Privé members, the newsletter subscribers. The people that get first refusal to any new wax, any new liquid, any new product that we're bringing out, you've got it, Club Privé members. If there's a wax that we're bringing out that is for, that won't get released on the website or that sells out, typically if you've maybe seen a video and I've said, listen, we had a limited edition wax, I only brought out 10, but they're all sold out. It's because the Club Privé members have bought them first. So what I would do is I would urge you to go onto the website, just put your email address in, you'll get your free sample of Blood Orange Spa with your first order. You'll also go onto the Club Privé list as well. We do have products that are solely for our Club Privé members as well. There's no subscription fee or anything like that. We're just thanking you for allowing me to send you a newsletter every now and again to let you know what's going on, let you know about new products. But the great thing about the newsletter is it's got stuff that you want. So when we brought out our first batch of pH neutral car shampoo that we made in-house, it sold out, it never made the website because our Club Privé members, there's tens of thousands of members on this list, and they bought the spa before anyone else could get it. So essentially the way that it works with our product releases would be newsletter, so Club Privé first, and then general newsletter subscribers, people that maybe subscribed on things like Facebook and Twitter and such like, they will also go on to Club Privé over a period of time, but it's a slightly different process. You need to, through Facebook, I think you need to do this like second sign up or something. A lot of people, including myself, you forget, you don't do it, so it kind of sits dormant on a secondary list. Then it's social media, so it'll be anything like YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, that type of thing. So if you want to be first for the products, always make sure that you're on the newsletter subscription, because if you're not, 9 times out of 10 with the really small limited edition stuff, it will sell out. Like the spa, for instance, it took about 7 to 10 working days before we were able to make another batch. So those of you that signed up for the so on the website you can do a thing where if a product sells out, you can put your email down and it will let you know. And we were getting people inundated with emails saying, when's this new spa coming out? I missed out the first time, and as I said, unfortunately it was a couple of weeks. So, oh great, you've just got your wax, well done. That's a good bit of timing. So we'll get on with packing this, get this stuff out so that it's there either tomorrow or the following day. 1 to 2 working days normally for 24-hour service. I know that sounds a bit strange, it's just the times that we're in. Our own Royal Mail distribution warehouse has actually cut its hours for walk-in from 8 AM to 10 AM in the morning. So you get 2 hours. If you've got a parcel, you get 2 hours to pick it up. It's absolutely ridiculous. But that's what happens when private companies buy over government-owned companies. So there you go. I hope it doesn't go that way, because obviously there's people's jobs and could be in question because of this. Much better to have your post office open because it is the hub of the community. Companies like us, we really rely on the post office heavily, and we are, you know, we've stuck with you all through it, all through the strikes and whatnot. So the owners of Royal Mail, we are reaching out, make the right decision for the company. Don't drive it into the ground, don't bleed it dry. You guys have got enough money up there to just spread it around a wee bit. Speaking as a director myself, we can take a bit of the brunt now and again, so do the right thing for Royal Mail. Take care, bye bye.